Alright guys, I just wanted to post a little update. 2 days ago, I paid a visit to a gun shop. It's called Lock and Load, and it's in the Las Piñas Starmall area. It's a good shop, I recommend it. They have good customer service. They got a good selection too. And the reason why I went there was to check out some Hogue grips for the 1911. These are the white Pearlized polymer grips. I'll show you guys a close-up product shot of it, and I just wanted to share some insights about it. Yeah, I thought they looked good, and I felt very fortunate that I had the privilege to try them out and test them. The guy in the gun shop was kind enough to even put on the Pearlized grips, or the pearl polymer grips, on a 1911, pretty identical to mine, and I got to try them out, and that was really good. If you could do that, that's the best way you can find out if the product is good or not for you. For me, I found out that the grips are pretty smooth, and they are thicker than the standard, believe it or not, the Armscor GI grips. So they're thicker than that, probably even twice as thick. So they felt thicker in hand, and they were very slippery. They felt smooth as is, and I'd imagine if my hands were sweaty and if I was shooting it, that would be slipping all over my hand, and it didn't feel, I wasn't impressed with it. So guys, just sharing that as a little aside. If ever you think of getting those grips, try them out yourself. If you like them, that's great. And then if you don't, well, you save yourself some money in the process. Okay, now going on to the main thing which I wanted to share. I was able to try a Norinco 1911. It was the 1911 C, or the commander size one, and it was pretty good. I liked it. So for this video, I wanted to make a comparison of my thoughts on Norinco versus Armscor, or the other local brands out there, for reference. These are just my opinions. I hope they help you in formulating your decisions or having a more informed decision, but don't take it as the ultimate basis, because in the end it really boils down to you, what you want, and the final decision is up to you. Alright, so let's get to it. My impressions of the Norinco. Let me do this a little old school. We have Norinco, and then we have Armscor over here. What did I like about Norinco? Well, first, its material. It's made out of forged steel, so this is great. Most people would tell you that forged steel is a superior quality, or they say it's practically unbreakable compared to, let's say, Armscor, which it's made out of cast metal. It's not as strong, so that one goes for Norinco. Now, I had the privilege of handling the Norinco, so I could also tell you as well what are its downsides. Well, for me, it had a very crude feel to it. So let me point out some. Well, we had the safety, which was practically impossible for me to engage with one hand. It felt very hard to move, and it was really painful already, to the point it had to have some sharp edges, especially on the beaver tail grip safety. that was more on the beaver tail. Let me put that one. And then I guess you could say it was just a little more rough in feel. One thing also which I noted was the fit of the barrel or the slide to the frame wasn't as good as the Armscor. So it's not just the slide to frame fit. I noticed I pressed down on the barrel. Let me show you. This part here, I pressed down on it on the Norinco and it would move. Now anyone who is serious about accuracy would see that as something, well, you could say troublesome, or well, that isn't good, because imagine that movement, that play from the lock position, that could drift your barrel around, and that would make it really hard for you to determine where the bullet would be heading anyhow. So that's my input on the Norinco. Now for the Armscor, you could see that in comparison, its fit or the feel is way better for me. You could try it out yourself. I could engage the safety more easily. So let's say I could engage the safety with one hand, no problem, disengage it. Unlike the Norinco, the barrel does not have any play when you press down on it. The fit is better. It's just that some minor movement. Checking safety. The Norinco did have a good trigger also, so that's a point for it again. But notice, way better fit, way better feel, not as crude. And then the downside of the Armscor again in comparison would be the material, or cast metal, in comparison to the Norinco. Now, one thing that we cannot deny that both of them have would be price. So both get this one right. Both get a positive on price. So the Norinco and the Armscor have their positive sides, and they have their downsides as well. If I'd get a Norinco, the first thing I'd probably work on would be the safety. I'd bring it to a gunsmith and have that fitted or smoothened out better, so I can engage it with one hand more easily. I would probably have to get that barrel, if you're worried about accuracy, I'd have to get the barrel setting adjusted or refined again with a gunsmith. But then again, you have that advantage of the forged steel, or the better quality of metal and materials. If you go with the Armscor, the limited budget, you get already, well, let's say we're talking 1911s, you get one with a fit or the feel of better quality out of the box. So for me, this is still stock. I did one minor modification with a hammer, had it grinded down 2mm as seen in my previous videos, because I was getting hammer bite, and now that's gone. But then again, you do have the Armscor made out of cast metal. So I hope this video helps with some initial impressions on both, since I do not have any extensive experience with the Norincos, and my experience with the Armscor is still, I'm still getting there. But I hope this video helps, and feel free to comment or ask more questions if there's anything else you want to know. Thanks.